Dike Chukwumerije is a master's degree holder in law and a writer who has been writing since he was 12 years old. Though he is also a novelist, poetry is his first love, not just in writing but in performance poetry and spoken word. He is a multi-slam champion, winning Abuja Literary Society ALS Poetry Slam competition twice in 2011. In the maiden edition of the African Poets Nigerian Poetry Slam competition in 2012. Little wonder, his first published work is a poem called Ode, or Ode to Bravery, which was published in 2004 in the US Poetry Anthology. He has also been published in few literary magazines since then, including Dreamcatcher UK and Cerebral Nigeria.
Of course, I couldn't go inside the house to see her on account of her father and the 4 outstations he owned. So she lied to her parents that she was going to study at a friend's place and came out to meet me at Ojuelegbe, as a place in Lagos. And from there we went to Bar Beach. We liked going to Bar Beach, both of us, sometimes, just because it's nice to watch the ocean from a distance. On account of all the things we've seen in Hollywood movies, we both think it's romantic. How do you see me? I asked. I knew it was not a good way to be subtle, to ask, how do you see me? Well, because I was so scared of what she would say, I just wanted to get it over with. What do you mean by how do I see you? Am I just your friend? Terrible, unsubtle stress on the word just, but I was desperate. Don't you want to be my friend? Amanda answered. Yes, of course. I sounded a little angry because I knew Amanda knew what I was saying and was just playing around with me. But I want to be more, I said. Amanda looked at me and laughed. What is this more that you want? I looked at Amanda. I was starting to feel very uncomfortable. Just tell me what you want. I want you to be my girlfriend. Amanda looked at me for a long time, then she sighed and looked away. Why? You know sometimes when you study for an exam, and you read everything 4 times over, except one little paragraph at the back of the textbook, and you come into the exam hall full of confidence, and then you turn the question paper over, and see that you only have 1 question to answer, and it's from that little paragraph you skipped in all the heavy studying you did. How you would feel in that situation was how I felt when Amanda asked me, why? So I kept quiet, because at first, I thought I didn't know the answer. After a few uncomfortable seconds, I realized that I knew the answer, but I was only pretending to myself that I didn't know the answer. And after a few more uncomfortable seconds, I knew that I knew the answer, and there was no need to pretend to anyone. So I held Amanda's hand and said, I just thought that maybe, now that we both like ourselves, we could maybe do it. Amanda turned back to look at me. Is that what you want? I nodded, yes. Okay, Amanda said after a while. Where will we go? I don't know if it was a shock of getting my way so easily, or it was just because I was thinking with the thing between my legs. I just said we could go down the beach to the side that was quiet and just do it behind some trees there. Ah! When you're thinking the thing between your legs, or when you're totally unprepared for something, you can come up with some very stupid ideas. But Amanda, I guess because she really, really liked me, said, okay. And so we walked far, far away from where all the people were until we came to a place where there were no people. We found a secluded, sheltered spot, and then I took off my clothes. I was standing there completely naked with the sun burning my tiny bum. Then Amanda told me to turn around and close my eyes so she could take her clothes off. So I did. And after a while, I heard her voice. But it sounded some distance away saying, you can open your eyes now. And there was Amanda walking away with all my clothes in her hand. And me still standing there with the sun burning my bum. Ah! I saw major embarrassment heading my way, and I tried everything to get out of the way. There was nothing I did not tell Amanda, but she refused to come back. She just kept walking until she disappeared over the distance, and I was left there stark naked. Honestly, I had to beg some touts to give me something to cover myself, since I didn't even have any money to buy clothes from them. They laughed at me, pointing at my thing, which had now so shriveled in total embarrassment it looked like a pimple. Eventually, they gave me a torn piece of cloth to wrap around my waist. That was how I had to walk, with my makeshift wrapper, all the way to a friend's house nearby. When anyone looked at me, I bared my teeth and rolled my eyes, and they shrugged and looked away because the streets of Lagos are never empty of market. That was what Amanda did to me. And I knew she did it because she had become confident about herself. And now she knew that she was beautiful, even if she was a fat virgin. And so didn't need anyone doing anything to her to prove it. And even though I counted every step I took from that beach to my friend's house, and burned with so much shame and anger, I thought I would burst. And even though I cursed and cursed and cursed Amanda for treating me like she did, deep, deep, deep down inside, it only made me like her more. And that is why I said at the beginning that love is a difficult thing for a hard man to talk about, on account of the fact that it is such a difficult thing for a hard man to understand.